If your soil looks fine, but your plants struggle, the problem isn't nutrients, it's life. In the first seconds of this video, here's the truth most gardeners never hear. No earthworms means your soil is functionally dead, no matter how much compost you add. January is the single most powerful window to fix this, because earthworms respond to soil signals now faster than any other time of year. Do this right, and you don't just attract worms. You trigger a population explosion that transforms your soil before spring planting even begins. This is not theory. This is biology. Why earthworms decide everything in your garden. Earthworms are not a bonus. They are the engine. Every time a worm moves through soil, it creates air channels roots desperately need. Every time it eats organic matter, it converts it into castings that contain plant-available nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, enzymes, beneficial bacteria, and growth hormones. Worm castings are not fertilizer. They are living soil in finished form. When worms multiply, soil structure changes permanently. Compaction disappears. Water infiltration improves. Roots go deeper. Plants grow stronger without you doing more work. Why January changes the rules completely. In January, soil temperatures are cool but stable. Microbial activity is slow but not dormant. Earthworms are searching for safe, moist, food-rich zones to settle before spring reproduction begins. If you send the right signal now, they move in and stay. Miss this window, and you'll be trying to lure worms later when soil dries, heats up, and competition increases. January is when worms choose their home. The mistake gardeners make that repels worms. Most gardeners think worms love raw compost or manure dumped on the soil. In reality, fresh organic matter heats, ferments, and releases ammonia. Worms avoid it. Others turn soil aggressively, destroying worm tunnels and exposing them to predators and cold. Worms want three things only: moisture without saturation, soft carbon-rich food, and darkness. The January trick works because it delivers all three at once. The soil layering method worms cannot resist. The core of this method is simple but precise. Start by lightly watering the soil so it is evenly moist, not wet. This matters because worms move toward moisture gradients. Dry soil stops them cold. Next, lay down a thin layer of soft organic material. Shredded cardboard, torn paper, dried leaves, or straw work perfectly. This is carbon, not compost. Carbon is what worms use as bedding and long-term food. On top of that, add a small amount of nitrogen-rich material. This can be finished compost or aged manure. The key word is finished. This feeds the microbes that worms follow. Finally, cover everything with mulch to block light and lock in moisture. Darkness signals safety. Safety triggers reproduction. To double results, you add one liquid application that most people overlook. Mix 1 tablespoon of unsulfured molasses into 5 liters of water. Stir until fully dissolved. Water the soil lightly after layering, not before. This feeds soil microbes instantly. Worms follow microbial blooms like a dinner bell. Do not increase the amount. More molasses creates imbalance. 1 tablespoon per 5 liters is enough to wake the soil without causing fermentation. What happens underground in the first 2 weeks? Within days, bacteria and fungi multiply around the carbon layer. Worms detect this activity and migrate upward. They begin feeding, burrowing, and laying cocoons. Each cocoon can hatch multiple worms. By the time spring arrives, you don't just have worms. You have generations of them. This is why the population doesn't just increase, it multiplies. Why this beats compost piles completely? Traditional compost happens outside the soil, then gets moved. Worm-driven soil building happens in place, exactly where roots will grow. Nothing is wasted, nothing is disturbed. Instead of making compost for months and spreading it thinly, you turn the entire bed into a living compost system that renews itself continuously. So, how do you know it worked, without digging? Within just a few weeks, the soil becomes darker, crumbly, and, smells earthy instead of sour. Water absorbs instead of pooling. When you gently lift the mulch, you'll spot worm activity, all without digging. Do not dig to check. Disturbance actually slows reproduction. Just let the system run. Why do plants just explode in spring when worms multiply? Worm castings contain plant hormones that stimulate root branching. And, more roots mean more nutrient uptake. More uptake leads to faster growth, all without synthetic fertilizer. This is why gardeners who focus on worms rarely struggle with pests. Strong plants simply don't send those distress signals that insects are attracted to. Here's the long-term payoff most people never connect. Once worms establish, they maintain soil structure all year round. You stop fighting compaction, you water less, and you fertilize less. The garden, honestly, begins doing the work for you. This is the difference between just managing soil and truly partnering with it. Why does Nature's Blueprint teach this first? Nature's blueprint exists to restore biological systems, not replace them with products. Earthworms are not just an accessory. They are the foundation. January is when you invite them in for good. And if this changed how you see soil, subscribe to Nature's Blueprint, share this with a gardener who's still chasing yields with inputs, and help more people build living soil the way nature intended.